Fix your act. Remove your troops from Arab territory. They've just admitted to having 200,000 IRGC troops all over the Arab world. Why are they there? They should get out.
So this volatility that we've seen over the last year in the oil markets that really wiped as much as, or more than $100 billion off of the reserves, the Saudi reserves, doesn't worry you? You think that the country is on track to make the necessary changes to create those jobs and diversify the economy?
Definitely. And as I told you, in the past 10 years, the infrastructure projects, the investment in our education and in our students, the various actions that were taken to broaden the economy, the shares market, for example, has been opened for investment from abroad, and that is going to bring in investment and help percolate the economy. All of these things to me are very positive. I'm not an economist, so I wouldn't dare presume to tell you what the economy is going to be like in the next few years, but this is what I read in the press and what I see in the actions of the government.
Your father, King Faisal, quite famously told Henry Kissinger during the energy crisis that the Saudi people come from the desert and they could just as easily return to the desert and survive on milk and dates. But is that really true today in an economy where you have so much energy consumption at home, and now with what's happening in the oil market? What's your take?
Well, I think things have changed since those words were spoken 40 years ago. The kingdom is no longer looking to going back to the desert. As a matter of fact, and the way that the infrastructure has been built, the investment in the students and the future, the projects that were implemented and so on, we're looking for an urban society that can self-generate and self-sustain through work and accountability and transparency and all the things that make for a successful economic system. So there is no going back to what things were like 40 years ago, but there's a lot to look forward to.
His Royal Highness Prince Turki Al-Faisal, they're basically just saying that there's nowhere for the kingdom to go but forward. Now, of course, I had to ask him about one of the major conflicts that has major implications not just for Saudi Arabia, but also for all Sunni Arabs, and that's the conflict in Syria. Take a listen to what he had to say.
It's been several years, several 100,000 dead, misplaced and displaced, and made refugees millions, literally. And the pressures on other countries are equally significant, whether it is Lebanon, whether it is Jordan, whether it's Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, you name it. So the world community has been sitting back and doing nothing. Now there's talk of the Vienna process, they call it. And I don't know why, when it comes to the Middle East, it's always a process. In Palestine, it's the Middle East process. And now in Syria, it's the Syria process. We want finality. The world community has the means to put a stop to this massacre.